Okay, as was suggested, we're going to take JB Weld, super glue, red Loctite, and just about anything else we think will hold these wheels on and put it on here. We're going to take these wheels off, peen the lug nuts, glue the center cap on, then take it in for a tire rotation. This is a different vehicle than the last one because, well, I couldn't get the wheels off that one, so I brought this one up here and we're just going to start over and do all you guys' suggestions. So let's get to it. Got to clean the hubs up now so we can JB Weld these wheels on here. Hopefully it sticks pretty good. I've never really used JB Weld on anything like this, so hopefully y'all's suggestions work out pretty good. I figure it'll stay on here as long as it's clean, and I'm gonna sand this a little bit so that JB Weld has something to grab onto. Then we'll Loctite the studs on and super glue the cap on, and probably before we do that, weld the lug nuts in so they're solid. That's pretty good mixed up. I just lather it on there. Try to keep it off the lug nut so it ain't as noticeable. Got to be pretty fast with it because this stuff, I think it sets in 6 minutes. Got all the JB Weld on there now, and gonna stick this tire up here before it dries and put a couple lug nuts on here to hold it in place. The JB Weld sat on there for a little while. It's starting to dry. Got to take some of this Loctite and not put a whole bunch. Oh, well, I'll make a mess with it anyway. But not put a ton of it on there to where it's noticeable. Or at least I'll clean it up once I tighten them ridiculously tight. Get all that off my hands before it sticks them together. It should be pretty tight for now. We'll strip the threads off of it in a minute. Go to the clear JB Weld in there, and also the wheels JB welded to the hub, so it shouldn't come off there. Got a 13/16 socket now. That's just one size bigger than this, so it should just knock off all the threads on it. There we go. Gets them all nice and rounded off. All the lugs, get these torqued down there at 140 right now. I'll go get the big 10-foot bar and torque them down before that Loctite dries on there. Then put the hubcap and stuff back on. Got the big bar on there now, and this is just a ratchet, but it is welded solid on the inside. The side, so it's like a breaker bar, basically. And that's about as much as I'm gonna get them on there. So I'll round them off the rest of the way, then put the hubcaps and stuff back on there. Rounded off on it now all the way around. Didn't weld them because I want them to at least try to get the wheels off of it. The last thing to do is put the super glue in the hubcaps, so them are really hard to get off. Then bring it in there for the tire rotation. I don't know if this super glue right here is the best, but it seems to work pretty good on just about anything. It's Permatex brand or something like that. Go glue this up. Put some glue in there. Never can put too much, I don't think. I figure one bottle of hubcap ought to do it. There we go. Now to slap this thing on here without super gluing my hand to it. Ooh, that stuff's sticky already. That stuff dries almost immediately. Wipe it off of there. Now you never tell until you get the hubcap off if they can even get it off. Now I'll do the other 3, get them done, and bring it into the tire shop.
It's a lot of beating.
Good. There's an inch of that right there.
Oh shit. Definitely harder than the regular.
At least it's harder than the regulars.
Yeah.
y'all seen, he got them wheels off in no time. Didn't even seem like it phased him. I think the hardest things to get off were the hubcaps. But I Loctited them, torqued them to 140 with the torque wrench. Then I went as far as I could go without breaking the studs with a breaker bar and a piece of cheater pipe. And he still got them off pretty fast. If you guys have any other suggestions of what we should do with this car, I mean, anything to hold the wheels on, anything like that, maybe something to hold the oil drain plug and stuff like that in there, and maybe take it in for an oil change, or just basically any ideas for this, because I'm not against destroying it or anything like that. So leave your thoughts in the comments, and thank you.